All right, all right, all right. What's up? Let's get this. I guess it's off. All right, here we go. So I love that comment. That's fantastic, Scotty. Is this a countdown to the end of the world? That's classic. All right, so let's see what we got here today. So I got a couple packages in today. If you like Big Jim, I mean the Mattel version and all that, you're probably going to like this. This is a very funny comment, by the way. Hooray. That's classic. I love that. All right, so let's see what we got. There's 2 packages, came from the same place. Believe it or not, they came off eBay, and the guy lives 20 minutes up the road. He shipped them, which was fine. They said they weren't getting here till Friday. I'm like, the fuck is that possible? Because he mailed them Saturday, and they showed up today. He did ship them UPS, so that helps. Paid $30 to ship them. Could have done it for less, but that's all right. Same with the trouble going up there. All right. So today we're going to go over some. You have some Big Jim not related to Slim Jim. Well, that's true. They're not related to Slim Jim. Although if you don't feed your Big Jim, they can turn into a Slim Jim. That's true. All right, let's see what we got here. So these are some, I believe this, if I remember correctly, these are Italian Big Jim, or as he was known there, Big Jimmo. I'm just kidding, not even close. Not even close. But you're going to see in a minute what makes them so spectacularly different than your typical Big Jim. We've got Big Jim in America. We've got Big Jim in Canada. We got Big Jim in Europe. And they pretty much look a lot the same. But in Europe, Big Jim went from these flat karate chopping hands, plastic hands, to these kind of slightly kung fu gripish type hands made out of rubber. So they're a little bit more fun. A little bit more fun to have because the things that they held weren't so crappy. If you look at all the Mattel Big Mario in Italy, Big Mario, he should have been called Big Mario. It's actually funny. So they oh geez, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, so they're the rubber hand grip. So instead of those, you having to have those. Everything with Big Jim had like these 2 little clamps on it to help hold it to his crappy plastic hand. You get these rubber grips. That's actually funny, and still cracking up, and a little bit more fun to play with. Now they also had Big Jim in good old Mexico, done under CIPSA, which was notorious for making toys that other companies put out in Mexico. And honestly, I gotta say, I really like the Mexican CIPSA Big Jims better than the Mattel ones. The ones in Europe are cool, but I think these you're gonna get a kick out of, because there was one particular Italian Big Jim that came out. I'm gonna see which one it is, if it's here or not. Yeah, this is the one. There was one particular that came out that looked different than the rest. All right, I like the rubber grip hands better, like on Super Joe. Yes, I agree too. All right, so let's see what we have here. So we have this Big Jim Dive to Danger, which is a pretty cool set. I like this. It's got some, it's great artwork. This one they used to still paint things, no AI, none of that shit side of it. Got the back. It's got the Dive to Danger set, the Arctic Rescue, the On the Tiger Trail, the Speed Cycle, which I'm yet to see the Big Jim bicycle. I haven't seen that yet. And their Daredevil Sky Jump. So they're pretty cool. This one, this Tiger, I have one. Actually, I have a couple of them. I'll let you guys in on a little secret, for those of you who don't know. So these Tigers are quite expensive here in the U.S. They came in this wonderfully tiger orange, white, and black color. Then they came fully in black as a Black Panther. They're quite expensive. These were later produced, the exact same thing, just repainted for the He-Man line. And I can't think of the damn what should we call it? It's Skeletor's Beast or Panther, Purple Panther. I'm not really a He-Man collector or anything like that, but you buy these here and they want like $200 to $300 or $400 for them. They give you a little hint. You're going to help everybody because we're here to help each other, unlike some of these people that are out on the web doing YouTube pages, and not all, but some that, don't want to tell you anything because, they're the collectors and the grand toy poobahs of everything. But you can search for these over in Germany, for example, in Europe. In Germany, I was able to get one shipped for $76 in perfect shape, actually more than once. So I have a few of them. For the price of like 2 or 3 of these, I can buy one in the States. All right. So that's a little thing. But yeah, this is a great set. I have this set. Let's see what's inside before I show you the Italian Big Jim. Yes, the Battle Cat and Panther. Thank you, Battle Cat and Panther. Thank you. Or maybe it was just the Battle Cat that it was. Maybe it was just He-Man's tiger. I don't really do too much. I understand. I don't have too much He-Man expertise. I rely on others for that. And I don't really collect them. But for some reason, I buy those little like Mega Block ones that are like tiny like this for some reason. I guess because they're easy to collect. All right, let's see what's in here because everything's in there, including the inner sleeves. The guy that's selling this, he must have been selling his collection or bought a collection because he had some pretty rare stuff. I guess we can open the other end. Not so much rare, but hard to find stuff, I would say. And the price wasn't bad. He actually gave me quite a deal on it. But let's see what's going on. Box a little worn out, but listen, man, box from the 70s. So it's a little worn out. Listen, if you're a hardcore collector collecting to resell, yeah, I could see where that would be. I could see where that would be. Oh, look at all this. This is actually quite close. A lot of shit in here. I could see where that would be something you'd be interested in, but for me, it's not my thing. All right. So, Dive to Danger. We have our black inflatable raft. I always love this shit. And then you've got these little spots, I guess, to put your oars or whatever on. I'm assuming that's what they're for. Has anybody ever gotten, like, G.I. Joe had all these, the old vintage Joes. Has anybody actually cleaned one up? Try and see if it works. Or do you just put your lips on there and hope that it's clean? That kind of thing? Yeah. They were the same body, but Panto was flocked. Very good. I'm from the 70s, and I'm worn out, too. Classic. All right, inside here, we got all kinds of shit in here. Let's see what's inside. I've never had this set before. It's called Dive to Danger. There's all kinds of pieces in here. Let's see what we got. Well, looks like we have the motor for our raft. I'm just gonna want to put these all back in. Looks like we've got okay. These are, what the hell is this? I'm trying to figure out what all this shit is. All right, it's a diving set. Let's just go with that. It's a diving set, and there's all kinds of cool shit in here. I don't know what this all is, but it's a diving set. Let's leave it at that. We got some hooks, we got some weights, some clips. We have scuba tanks. We have some yellow fins. We have what appears to be, I mean, a lot of this shit, man, they really love to rip G.I. Joe off, I think. You know, Big Jim was Mattel's answer to almost Barbie for boys. I hate to say it because they made about as much stuff for Big Jim as they did for Barbie, I think. Here is our headset, if you will, a little radio, and this is this is Sanchez's beanie cap. If you don't know Brian Sanchez, it's a good friend of mine. I mean, there's all kinds of shit in here. Spear gun. And as you can see, they've got these, everything with Big Jim had these clips. So that is American hand, I guess, could sit in there. I guess even European. And here's some oars for the raft. A lot of these pieces were reused from other sets. You'll find them in other sets as well. Not a lot, but some of these pieces were used in other sets. It's nice to find them when they're complete. Little pieces like this, the guns, the head, these all the strings get broken. So this guy clearly, I don't know what he did. If he bought old store stock or whatever. Yep. This is the sticker sheet. I guess 3 of the stickers have been removed and 2 are still on there. So that's interesting and fun. And in here, which I'm not going to take out, is the wetsuit, if you will. It's in black. It's the black wetsuit. Not that very exciting yet, but very cool. And there is Brian Sanchez. It was the 70s. Everyone ripped off Old Joe. He ripped off Old Joe. Oh, and Big Jim was Mattel's G.I. Joe wannabe. I'm not going to argue that point, Brian Sanchez. Brian Sanchez, by the way, also known as the Grand Poobah of Big Jim, Italian. So Big Jimmyo, if you will. So I like to call him. I love White Elephant toys. I'm asking Santa for them to make Luminos, and Shield for the Super Joe and Lumina. That's fantastic. I think that's great. I think Jason Schermeyer and his team there have done a wonderful job putting those together. I don't collect Super Joe. I never had Super Joe. I had the old vintage 12-inch Joes from back in the day. I never had Super Joe. Not that I wouldn't want them. I just wasn't around for them. I'm not going into details because Sanchez is going to start some shit. Brian Sanchez loves to bust chops, bust choppios. Now let's put this back in. Get this together. We're going to put this to the side. We're going to put this all away. We're going to do this later. All right, I'm going to put this to the side for now. But this is the thing that I thought was really cool in the set that I wanted more than anything else. And this is the Italian, if you will, Big Jim. Big Jim Aventura, which Brian Sanchez knows as Big Jim. Big Jim goes to McDonald's. No, this is the Adventure Jim. Italian, obviously adventure. Let's see. What's it say? Cambia, tenuta, cambia, avventura. Change. Let's see. Oh, he has clothes for all kinds of adventure. We've kind of got all these different adventures on the back, if you will. We'll take them out. I like this one. This one with the grappling hook is actually pretty cool. Sanchez, you got that set with the grappling hook? That's pretty cool. Let's see. So we have Tenute personaggi sono in vendita. Okay, so all of these sets are sold separately, is what it says. Mattel, this is actually, is this 1980? I think this is. Give me a second. Mattel, yes, incorporate 1980. Made in Italy, manufactured for Mattel, all rights reserved. It also has a German. Big ist ein Engetrigenes. Wagenzeichen der Firma Big Spielwarenfabrik Tipli in Sterbetag. Giocattolo conforme alla prescrizione di sicurezza del... Okay, so it basically says these toys conform to safety standards. Let's see what he looks like, because this one's actually quite a bit different than your normal Big Jim. As a matter of fact, let's get an American Big Jim to compare, shall we? This break, as Brian Sanchez would say, brought to you by Preparation H. Yes. All right, so here's our American Big Jim, right? Pretty standard. He's got his kind of his chop hands, if you will. Chop action. Loves to kick some ass. Mexico Big Jim is officially the father of Max Steel, Mattel 1980s Pretty Boy G.I. Joe. That box is too sweet. I like the Italian versions more than the American. Let's put this up. Big Jim. Sanchez. Box is too sweet. I like the Italian version more than the American version, except the Wolfpack is the best. I agree, Sanchez. I agree. And what are we saying here, Scotty? We're saying in Mexico, Big Jim is officially the father of Max Steel. So the Pretty Boy G.I. Joe. That's actually funny. So, right. So in Mexico, Big Jim is Kid Acero. And Acero in Spanish is Steel. So he's Kid Steel, if you will. This is the Italian version. And in Mexico, the heads all pretty much follow the Big Jim head, Big Josh head, Big Jeff head, and so on. I've got some really cool stuff for there, the Invisible Man and all that stuff, the Bionic Man, all that kind of stuff. But this is a cool one. This is the Italian version. And the first thing we're going to notice is he has these grip hands instead of these flat hands, as you can see. But if you take a look at the head, now Big Jim did come in Italy with this sculpt. You could get him this way, but this is another sculpt. I think this is the later sculpt, right, Sanchez? The 80s version, where you can see there's a huge difference in the Big Jim head. This looks like this is like when you watch a movie, there's like a famous actor whose brother tries to get in on it, like I don't know, like Jeff Bridges and his brother Beau Bridges. You know, he looks a little bit like a weird version of him, like he came out the butt, if you will. The plastic actually feels a little bit different. I can tell you that. It definitely does. For the most part, they look the same. I think the bodies are pretty much the same as far as that's concerned, but the head is 100% different on there. Does he work? No, he works. Does he have the muscle thing? I don't think he has the muscle thing. That's interesting. That I don't think he comes. Oh, he does. No, he has the muscle thing. So when you flex him, he's supposed to, make a muscle. Although this one might be broken. It might be, but still, all in all, a very cool figure. But I think the thing that I like the best is really the box. Now, what do we got here? This is a really cool thing in the back. So it's funny. So on the back of this, it has this orange. Drinking from a half an orange, Beve Billy, which means Billy drink or drink Billy. I'm not quite sure what that is. Are they advertising orange juice or some shit? I don't know. I don't really know. But I thought the box was really cool. He's pretty neat. You know, the one thing about the big gyms, I can tell you, whether it's the American or this one, what I like, and a lot of them is they had these skinny boxes. And these skinny boxes are really easy to display and to stack up. I mean, this box is in immaculate shape, I gotta be honest with you, but they're really nice because they're small, they're easy to stack up and so on. They do have bigger boxes. So, but anyway, so you get an idea for the Italian big gym. Now we're gonna go to the what Sanchez would like to call the pièce de résistance, because he loves French. Let's see. Did the big gym die? Did the big gym die if he flexes his arm? If he flexes his arm, does the muscle come up? Yes, on the left hand, but the right one looks like it's not working. Wow, is it a Ken head from Barbie? No, not a Ken head, but that's pretty good. No, not a Ken head. I don't think it's a Ken head. Could that be a Ken head, Sanchez? Maybe it is a Ken head. I never thought of that. Actually, I don't really know Ken dolls too much, to be honest with you. So I'll leave that to Sanchez. It is a Ken head. Is it a Ken? Oh, no, is it a Ken? Okay, so Sanchez is the expert on Barbie dolls. So as I open this up, just kidding. Sanchez doesn't know shit about Barbie dolls. All right, let's get this open because this is a wonderful piece. And I really like collecting non-mainstream type action figures and toys. So if it's a knockoff, if it's from Mexico or another country and so on, you know, and I always thought it's quite amazing with all the collecting we have, the G.I. Joes and all that stuff in the world and what we do know, we're still finding new toys every day, right? There's still new stuff. You learn from my sister. Oh, bastard. Brian Sanchez. He's rotten to the core. But we always learn about new stuff every day. What I think is absolutely amazing in all this is that I think of all the stuff that we know and then all the stuff that we haven't learned. So there's a guy in our Facebook group. Go to our Facebook group, The Toys We Love. If you're not on it, you should check it out. It's cool. Named Mick Drago. And Mick reaches out to me periodically and shows me pictures and catalogs of things that we never had here. I didn't even know were existing over there. And it's really cool to see them because I think, wow, if we have all this stuff that he's showing me all the stuff that I don't know about, despite all the stuff that I do know about, I'll kill myself with this knife because I can't find the other one. What is out there that we haven't seen? Right? What kind of things are out there that we haven't seen? KOs are okay with it. Knockoffs are okay with you. Knockoffs rule. I love knockoffs. I really do. I do, especially the really shitty quality ones. I don't know why. I really don't. Sanchez, have you figured it out yet as to why? I'm sure he's got something funny he wants to tell me. Not sure what it is yet. All right, let's get this fucking thing open once and for all. I'm getting a little annoyed with the wrapping. Trying to be nice here, but this is really starting to piss me off. All right, here we go. All right, oh my God, this guy wanted to make sure it got here in one piece. For Christ's sake, it came 20 miles away, 24 miles away. I could have picked it up if he was that worried and saved all this trouble. And the shipping. Just kidding. I don't really like meeting people in person for shit. We've been selling shit on Marketplace. I always have to meet them in a public place. You never know what kind of fucking lunatic you're going to find out there. It's a lot of crazy people, right, Brian Sanchez? All right, let's see what we have here. We have a bag of stuff. Actually, they did a really good job sealing this. I'll give them credit. I have a problem where like UPS and FedEx like to take things and leave them out in the fucking rain. I mean, not like they left it out and it came raining later. I mean, they left it out when it was pouring rain. So I could see from the fucking camera, and they just leave it. They don't give a shit. All right, so let's go into this. So what do we have here? What's that look like? Brian Sanchez may know. Let's see what we got. Wow, they really wrapped the shit out of this thing. This person spent a lot of time. Either they're a toy collector getting rid of their collection and they appreciate the hobby, or they just really want a good eBay feedback. Because, wow, they really went to a lot of trouble to wrap this shit up, like, to the point that I'm getting annoyed. No, I'm just kidding. I'd rather they overwrap than underwrap. Right, Sanchez? Don't say that's what your sister said, because that ain't going here. All right, here we go. Oh, except the tape. Come on. It'll come off. I hate when tape gets stuck to shit like this. It pisses me off. What was I doing? Just do it right there. All right. All right, there we go. We got a little, I don't know what this is supposed to do. Oh, this is supposed to make it rock? Is this what we're doing here? I'm not sure I understand this yet, but we'll figure it out. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not going to fuck with that because that'll probably break. So this mechanism here, I'm like afraid it's going to break, so I don't want to fuck with it, but because it's old plastic. But essentially what happens is you have this mechanism to make it move. Get it? Get it? Sanchez, you get it? You sent me a big old bag of stuff. Correct. If it weren't for knockoffs, we'd never get cool robots in the USA. True. In the 90s, I got let's bring this up. In the 90s, I got a knockoff of Changerion, a cool robot dude with a robot motorcycle. Oh, that's very cool. Is that I say that right? Changerion? And I'll send you a big, okay, we're putting this on camera because Sanchez says he'll send me a big old bag of stuff. I'm all right with that. Now we have it in writing. If he does not comply, he shall be, I don't know, burned at the stake or some shit. All right, let's get this open. Wow, this person wrapped the living piss out of this. I don't even know where they figured out how to cut this cardboard all up to make it fit. This is unbelievable. I've never seen anything come so well wrapped in my life. I mean, they literally cut the cardboard to shape to get this thing together. All right, let's go here. Open it already. My God. I think he got cardboard. I do think I did. Oh, look at this, Sanchez. What could it be? Let's bring it down here so you can see it. Where it should be the whole time. What is that? What is that? What's that say? Can you read it? Probably not. Give me a moment. I have to figure out how the hell this goes. Where the hell does this go? Oh, oh. Ho, 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 ho. Okay, so I guess the horse can... I guess it's supposed to sound like the horse is running. All right, hang tight. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're almost there. Sanchez knows what... Sanchez knew what it is. Sanchez is like the great... Sanchez is like the great Carmack. Oh, this is also an Italian figure. Whoa. Fuck me. All right. This is actually pretty cool. Hold on a second. We're getting there. We're almost there. Sorry for the huge delay, but I think you're going to like this. Sanchez says, you're going to hate it. They're going to laugh at you. That's what he told me. Like this. We're going to open this up. Okay, hold on. Wow. Okay, this is cool. I didn't even know they made this till I saw this. I have to be honest with you. Is this an Italian thing, Sanchez? Sanchez would know. He knows all about this shit. Way better than I do. Give me a second, all right? Interestingly enough, Sanchez, even though these are the European versions, wow, this is very interesting. Okay, even as the European versions with the rubber grip hands, they still have the pieces, you know, the pegs for the pegs for the hand stuff. Okay, so hold on a second. This is very, very interesting. All right, so this goes here. I think this goes here. Yeah, this goes here. Hang tight. Give me a second. You're going to like this, I believe. These are silver stickers, I guess. Okay. I'm just going to kind of gently put them into position because I'm not going to sit here and try and get them in all the stirrups and all that shit. I'm just not going to be doing that today. Okay. I'm not even sure I can do it if I wanted to, but Jesus H. Christ. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're not going to put him on the horse now because I don't feel like fucking with it. But here's his, there goes his hat. Here's his revolver. As you just saw, his rifle, his lariat. Now, what's interesting, I thought, is so this is the Big Jim cavalry soldier. I think the horse was separate. I'm not sure what came with it, but you have the hat, and then you have the pieces that go over top. Like that. Looks like Christmas cherries or some shit. I don't know. And then I guess his gun will go on the side over here. I guess he carries his rifle, but he has these are, well, that's interesting. So this is a soft material and this is a pleather or plastic, which is interesting. But this is, here you have a Big Jim cavalry soldier, which I thought is pretty cool. I've never seen this before. The outfit's great. I mean, honestly, Sanchez, this is really good. This is this is almost as good as the Lone Ranger. The only other figure I know that has a cool outfit, like, it's actually has two. It has like a sergeant and I think like just a regular soldier, is the Daredevil figure, which was basically a 9-inch figure that had changeable outfits. He's very hard to find. He gets to be pretty expensive over time, but he was kind of a Big Jim G.I. Joe, if you will. They had knights, they had all kinds of stuff. And I guess that's his lariat and so on. So that's actually pretty badass. I'm not going to lie. It's a very cool figure, and obviously he can ride his horse and can make the horse move. What I was going to show you that I had, I'm just going to move to the side for a moment. So this horse, actually, there's a hole underneath for this stand, which is really cool because it'll display really nice like that. Because I also have this that I got, which is Big Jim's buckskin horse Thunder. This one actually is in French. La Foudre, which is French for the Thunder. I don't know how to say this. Is German. Preferred? I don't know. It's German. English. And, of course, French over here, which is upside down. But this is a very cool horse as well. So the Western Big Jim, I'm going to go out and say this, but Sanchez can, and this one also came, I got this one from Europe as well. Obviously, it's in other languages. It was in Europe. So I got this one as well. It's the same horse. It's just in looks like just a different color. It's actually a pretty cool color horse, if you will. He's got kind of the tan cream colored horse, and he has these darker parted legs and hoofs and so on. He's got pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same, just a little bit different color. He does not come with a stand, and there's no hole underneath. So let me show you the other one while I have it here. So this comes out, and if you see there's a hole under there, I'm going to assume that gets really fucking brittle, and we're going to be very, very careful with that. But it'll be good to display him. I actually didn't know. And there's a stopper, so it goes in, and then this thing will keep it from going. So the horse isn't really touching the ground, which is actually pretty interesting. Now, there's a piece on here. There's like a hole. I guess you could stick a flag or something in there. I don't know. I really don't know. But this is the other Big Jim horse I thought was pretty cool. And he'd go good with the Western set. I think I have a Big Jim Western cowboy over there or something like that. But again, nothing on the bottom to just nothing on the bottom there to go ahead and put him in that place. Let's see. Oh, what's up, Custom God? Mattel made everything for the US and Europe. There we go. And as Brian Sanchez confirms, yes, it is Italian. Let's see. The saddle placement, Custom God says the saddle placement noise. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a real pain in the ass, but I think what's happening is that this plastic or rubbery strap needs to be tightened, and I'm not going to even try. Yeah, there's little grabbers, if you will. There's little plastic things to grab it so you can pull it tighter. I don't want to pull it tighter for a couple of reasons. One, I don't want to risk breaking it. But two, every other horse I've ever seen, like Lone Ranger, these damn things interact with the plastic and they melt it. Now, that might not happen on the Big Jim horse, but on the Lone Ranger, you'll see melt marks all over from them being on there. The horse looks like it's wearing leg warmers. That's a good point. I mean, let's be realistic. It was made by Mattel. So I'm going to guess that if I found a Barbie horse, it would probably be pretty damn similar. Now, this is definitely different than the Lone Ranger horse. I've got several Lone Ranger horses in the back. I've got some Marks horses a Zap horse, which was a German version of a kind of a GI Joe horse in the back, which is a real pain in the ass to find. Just display it next to the box and leave the rest alone. Excellent advice, Brian Sanchez. I think you're right. Put this up there. The horse looks like it's wearing leg warmers. That's classic. And I love this. Brian Sanchez stepping in to say, display it next to the box and leave the rest alone, you mental midget. Thank you, Brian Sanchez. No, but he's right. It's a great place just to display, and off we go. It's better. But this was kind of a cool pickup. This guy was selling all kinds of crap. Like I said, he's just north of me. So I don't know if he bought somebody's collection. He's a toy seller. I've actually bought from him before years ago, I realized. So I don't know exactly what his deal is. I don't know. I can't tell you, but it's a nice little set. It's definitely very cool. Let me see if I can find, actually, I know where it is over there. I'm pretty sure. Let me see if I can find the Daredevil set just to give you a kind of a comparison. Daredevil was made in the UK. Trying to think of the name of the company now off the top of my head. Can't find him. I'll give you a shameless plug. You can go to mymigolike.com and you can find him. He's on there somewhere, but let's see if we can find with that if we have some nice versions to show. Let's see, shall we? All right. So I wasn't planning on showing these, but I might as well. All right. These are Daredevil. They came with, he was kind of a big Jim or a smaller G.I. Joe, if you will. Came with some really great accessory sets, all kinds of stuff. This one, I don't know if this is the sergeant or just the trooper, I forget. They have this guy here. Very, very cool. Here he is in an military gear, if you will. Very cool. Lots of accessories. They're in a bag. Don't even have all the accessories on because they're afraid they're going to lose them. This is the knight. I'll show you his shield and everything in a minute. He's got this sword. He has this spear. He's got all kinds of stuff. But a lot of this stuff is in here. These are other outfits. These are a real pain in the ass to find. So let's take a look at some of these just to give you an idea of kind of stuff they had, because they had some great stuff. It's a very cool line to collect. Very hard to find. This is the actual shield that goes for the knight. And let's bring the camera down. It's a little bit easier to see. Okay. So here's the shield that goes with the knight. You can see the size of it. It's quite big. This goes to the other. This goes to the other cavalry set. So there's two guys in the cavalry set. Like I said, there's a regular soldier, and there's another one. There is a Mexican bandito set. This is his sombrero, if you will. That's his sombrero there, if you will. I should put these back there. It would have been a lot easier to see if I'd done that from the beginning. But I didn't, because that was a douche thing to do. Are we coming on today? Maybe a little bit easier. All right. This is the bow from the Native American, if you're sensitive set, or Indian set. Beret. Here is the other hat. You can see it's similar to Big Jim. It doesn't have the wonderful thing on the front there, but it's a rubber hat, very similar to Lone Ranger as far as thing. This is one of the boots. You can see like it's quite a smaller figure. The quiver of arrows for the Native American. The arrows actually can be removed. These are removable, if you will. I forgot I had some of the stuff. Here's another boot. This is okay. So here is here's the pants and shirt to the Native American set, and here is the headband that goes there. They even put a little paint on the end of the feather to make it a little more realistic. This is the shirt. This is the shirt to the Mexican bandito set. You can see it's got all these wonderful colors. Wonderful. I have two of those shirts. I'm not sure. These are the pants to the Mexican bandito set. You just saw that green shirt. This is okay. Well, is that the one? Yeah, here's another shirt. I apparently have two of these shirts. You know, you find these parts in random lots, but they're difficult to find over here. Here's I don't know what outfit this goes to. I'm not sure. But some of the things that come with it. Here's another, there's two different berets, if you will. This is Brian Sanchez's favorite hat, by the way, the beret. Actually, very cool weapons. If you just take a look, it's got this nice, the elastic on this one's like beautiful. It's perfect. Very nice rifle. This is a moccasin, if you will, just to kind of give you an idea. I have other ones in here, and then let's see what other pieces I have. Okay, so this is one of the swords to the cavalry guy. I think this is for the sergeant, if you will. There's little hand grenades, if you will. There's several of them. There is this tomahawk. And actually for the Native American, they have this wig to go over his head. So he's kind of a little bit like, he's a little bit in a sense, he's a little bit like Captain Action, I guess, if you will. Lots of cool sets in there, and definitely some really neat accessories, if you will. I probably should bag these up individually, which is what I'm going to do. I don't even want to put them all on because I'm afraid I'm going to lose pieces, but they're very, very, very cool overall. All the bags open, you can put things inside. He even has like stripes on his sleeves. I mean, it's very, very cool. All right, what am I missing here that Brian Sanchez is going off on that I'm missing? What's it say? That horse in the name was Flashdance Wilson scenes for a cut. He died a lonely drunk. I thought it was in the 11-minute physical. You have a lot of uncommon stuff. I'd love to see it all in person. You got to be able to find my house first. It's very hard to find. How tall are those Daredevil figures? Excellent question. I like that. So the Daredevil figures, if you take a look, shall we compare? Same size as Big Jim. How do you like that? Yeah, they're actually the same size as Big Jim, which is that 9-inch figure, if you will. But definitely some cool sets. I mean, definitely some cool outfits. There's quite a few that are in there. I have them all. Shameless plug on myamigolike.com. You go up there and take a look. The Daredevil figures there. I forgot the name of the company that makes them now. But on the left, you can scroll, or you can go up and search and just put Daredevil, and you'll find there's a whole bunch of sets. There's all kinds of pictures and so on. Really, really cool. I wish I had more figures that I can display the outfits on, because I've got at least 3 other outfits in here. These figures are a nightmare. Whenever they go expensive. They're definitely not easy to find. Yeah, there's a lot of uncommon shit in here. Quite a bit of uncommon shit. Like way too much uncommon shit. All right, I'm going to show this. Sanchez, don't say anything. You know what I'm going to show you in a minute. Don't tell anybody. Nah, fuck it. I'm not going to show it. We'll do it next time. I'll do it another time. So anyway, yeah, we'll do it another time. Too much Big Jim. Should we show the Mexican Bionics? Yeah, I think those outfits would work. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a Puritan, Sanchez. I like to keep them to where they went. These outfits are actually pretty cool. I mean, they even have stirrups on the boots that are removable. Just cool stuff. But again, my thing with these are that the pieces just, I don't want to lose them. So I've got to get them plastic cases to put them in so they don't get lost, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea because they're really cool. Isn't this a family show? Excellent question, Brian Sanchez. The answer is no, it's not a family show, but excellent question. While we're on the Big Jim topic, let's show a couple of things that we can. What do we want to show, Brian Sanchez, today? Brian Sanchez, today. Let's see. Okay, well, we're not going to show the Big Jim. We're not going to show the Mexican Big Jims today. We'll do another episode of those. I've done piecemeal on those, but we'll do a little more. But I will show you some ridiculous knockoffs that people have sent me. Sanchez, this come from you or Danny or somebody else? I forgot. This is kind of a Big Jim knockoff, if you will. Very, just a blow mold doll. Doesn't bend. No knee bends. Just kind of a doll. Pretty cool figure. Kind of a Big Jim knockoff there, if you will. There he is. We also have this one, which this one is great. So this came from my friend Alan Zama. So I bought some of the sips of Big Jims from him, and he got this for me. Now, this is a really, really bad bootleg figure. The head is like eraser rubber. And what's his name? Actually, somebody just posted. Is it Il Garfo, whatever? This is one that was just posted up on the group. You could see, he's emulating with the hook hand. Now, in the Mexican version, you press the button and it's actually in the other arm, but the hook will shoot out. These are really bad molds, rubbery eraser arms. You could see where the button would be. These were just dropped into a mold. Somebody made them. You can even see they've even got, was it screws? Yeah, it's even got screws on the thighs here to hold them together. But God love them, man. They're just crazy. He showed me this. He's like, I bought some figures. Like, oh, you want one? I'll send you one. I'm like, that is so cool. It's just knockoff. That is just a crazy knockoff. Just a crazy knockoff. Oh, maybe Danny G. Yeah, Danny probably sent it. I wonder how will Famous Covers outfit fit on Big Jen? Fun to make customs out of. I would tell you that the Famous Covers figures height-wise are the same. They're much more, I think they're more bulky. And the problem with the Famous Covers outfits is a lot of them you're going to have to cut the thread to get them off. I don't think all of them will come off so easily because I think they kind of put them there, and some of them I think they sew them on. Although some outfits might work well. I just happened to have Spider-Man and Iron Man down here a moment ago, and I took them upstairs. Yeah, you could probably fit them on there. That would be pretty cool. I think that'd be all right. Like I said, I don't usually tear into my figures. I'm terrible at customs. I think I did one in my life, and that was the end of it. I wouldn't do it anymore. But yes, what did you say? Yes, Garfio. Thank you, Brian Sanchez. Brian Sanchez, always a reliable source of information. All right, so there you have it. We went through a whole bunch of stuff. We did some of the Big Jim horses, Western. We've shown that crazy tiger that's been all over the place for years. We've shown Italian Big Jim. We've shown a horse. We've shown Daredevil, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I love you guys tuning in. Thank you guys for coming in. Thanks for commenting. Thanks, Brian Sanchez, for not tearing me apart. I make tons of customs, Famous Covers, figures. Yeah, you post yours up. I see your customs. Some of them are ridiculous. I'm like, is he selling those? I've seen some of your customs are really good. Ridiculous in a good way, not in a bad way. Yeah, and I really like some of them. I really like all of them, actually. You did a couple I saw in the last week that you posted, and I was like, holy shit, those are really cool. So anyway, there we go. Oh, here is the bandolero for the Mexican bandit. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in here. I think I'm missing a couple choice pieces here and there, but again, for these are a little bit crazy. Anyway, let's get this shit put away. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Brian Sanchez, always a good guy. 5150 Toys has his own YouTube channel you could check out. 5150_TOYZ. Oh, actually, it's right there. It's right there on his name. Imagine that. I'll also tell you guys, go check out my buddy David Eon, his Open by Chance Vintage Toys. He's got like 14 billion subscribers. Check him out. He does some great stuff. You'll know because he wears the king crown when he does his stuff. And he's got a really long ZZ Top beard now. Does a great job and an incredible collection. But other than that, I hope you guys have a really good evening. Thanks for watching. All right. Peace, bitches. Right, Sanchez? Be good.